Is that good? Alright. Can that thing hear me? Alright. So it's been a while since we've talked. And you know what? I can honestly say, like, things have been going back and forth. Now I realize when I try to quit smoking cigarettes and weed that I was just trying to cut the top of a weed. You know, I wasn't trying to pull the roots out. Okay, and when you got roots, you know, those are the things that all the things you did when you were doing the drug. When I was smoking cigarettes. For instance, it's not about quitting smoking cigarettes, okay? Cigarettes include when you're at a bar, having an awkward moment, and you have nowhere to go because your friends ditched you. You can go outside and change the scenery, okay? Smoke a cigarette and talk to people, okay? Or maybe just to get away out of an awkward moment and you're just looking like you're doing something. Seriously, it's like that sometimes, okay? Or when you're at a job site, okay? Your back's killing you, you know, you already used your bathroom excuse. You work for your dad, so you really can't really lie, but you can say, hey, I need to take a smoke break. Somehow the bad did good for you. So it's about quitting, taking the bitch way out by going out having a cigarette, and which I just learned. It took me this long to learn like how bad addiction is and how much you really got to take all these other things out of your life to stop. You know, so, and the fact, I mean, think about it. I got to stop drinking to stop smoking cigarettes to stop smoking weed. Or I got to quit being a bitch, okay, and taking my fucking 10-hour shift of labor, okay? Oh, and I got a job, which I am very thankful for. We're taking steps. You know, because I had to learn about when I try to quit, and I haven't talked in a while because, you know, I didn't really quit, but I was changing my life either way, you know, and that's quitting. Quitting is changing your life, you know, and I got the job. I'm working with my dad. It's a family-owned business, and I learned on the work site, you know, you just work takes a big part of your life. And you got to do something that you learn and something that, you know, is like a trade, something someone always needs. Those are the two jobs that you have. And you know why? Because they make you feel the best about it. It makes you feel good knowing how to do something that someone else needs. Okay, that's a trade. Okay. And, you know, if someone has a problem, you can go over there and fix it. You know, maybe you're a computer genius. You can go over there and fix your computer. You know, like, hey, I know what's wrong with that. But yeah, so quitting your addiction is pretty much, you know, it's a long. It's not about hiding away until you face the withdrawals. You know, because the mind withdrawals are the most important. You know, it's about quitting it in the bad environment. And if you can't, go out for a little bit and then throw yourself back into it and test yourself. You got to always test yourself. People stop testing themselves. They hide away from cigarettes. Oh, I can't look at the cigarette. I can't do this. Test yourself. It's a challenge, not a problem. It's a challenge. People are like, hey, you smoking is a problem. No, it's a test. It's a test to understand people. It's a test to take control of the flesh. It's a test to learn more about the world and understand the world. Let me walk in those shoes. Let me walk in different shoes. Let me walk in the shoes of somebody that did actually quit. You know, I'm trying to live all the lives. Everything including nothing. That's how you get the most out of life. So cheers, my friends, to getting a job. If you are following these documentaries, quitting. At least quit for 3 days the first time, 2 days, but you're always staying away from it. And then once you get the job, you know, the job will come in. Because this is what's going to happen. If you're real about quitting, it hurts when you break your word. How many times are you going to break your word and cut your own soul up? Not a lot. Not a lot. People are scared to cut their own soul, so they never try, like really try. They're scared. They're scared they're going to lose a piece of themselves if they break their own word. No. You break your word enough times, okay? Your word can not only be understood in different ways, but will be accepted in all the different ways. How are you going to know the truth about breaking your word unless you break your word? You know, how are you going to know how strong your word is? You haven't been tested. I don't want to drive a car that has not been tested. Everybody talks about purity, okay? Purity is something that is built, made, created, advised, guided, reborn, transformation. That's the path to holiness and pureness. Transformation. You can't just be born it, okay? That's how come when I look at a baby die, okay, I'm not looking at a baby die, okay, because it's never been tested. It's never been, brought to, put it this way. When I see the baby die, I'm looking at the person that did the action, person that killed him. Number one, did he not know what he's doing? Number two, was he angry about something? Number three, was that baby a problem in his life? Okay. All those can be answered. If the baby was a problem in his life, society made him believe that a baby was a problem in his life. We're one unit. Like justice should be done when no one cries. Someone's crying when justice is done. Justice ain't been fucking done. No way. Shit. There's so much death in the world, so much death, and they believe in God. Does God not know what he's doing? You think God doesn't love those kids? Huh? No, he does know what he's doing. He does love those kids. But the truth is, if those kids have never experienced love, never had love, they could never lose love. It's just like a blank slate waiting to be created. That's how come if you look at everyone as yourself, because we are all ourself as a baby. It's just a blank slate, And then when people start putting love into that baby, putting all these things in that baby, caring about that baby is given power in some way. And it just grows. I know I've been talking a lot, but this is about all forms of addiction and the path to pureness and holiness. And they collide. It's like I'm doing good spiritually, but in the flesh, in the flesh, I'm doing all right because I did, start to change. I barely ever smoke. I used to smoke. I told you guys before. I smoked for shit. I don't even know. I can't even tell you, but put it this way. Jars of weed, okay? Grabbing, playing video games, okay? From like 12 to when I had to go to sleep because it was daylight, And then next day, right when I wake up, smoking again. So I went from that whole phase for years. Okay, we're not talking about just, a couple nights. I'm just going to smoke all out. I'm talking like a year of doing that. And I had friends doing that with me. We'd all just game it up, smoking, blazing. Shit. Smoke a bowl just to handle the world the next day. But I realized that I'm a bitch if I can't handle the world not being sober. So you need to keep your foundation a rock. Look, if you eat too much, you'll get fat. Right? That's just, everybody knows that. You eat too much, you get fat. You smoke too much, your brain is literally going to flood. It's just going to be fucked, So what we're trying to do is I realize that you have to ease your way out of hell. You got to ease your way out of addictions. You can't, some people quit cold turkey, but most of those people, which there are few, some of them are liars. You got to believe some of them are liars, okay? And there are very few. And the few that have quit cold turkey, you know, they only had that one problem. They didn't do, I've done cocaine, smoked weed, smoked cigarettes, been drunk, all while I was on Adderall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fighting like 8 lions at once. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I've labeled all the drugs I've done to you, but I've done enough to know that certain drugs that you do, you know, it would have to be only that drug for you to come back from. The more you do, the more you're fucked, because the more you go to places, the more you're surrounded by that. If you don't have that drug there's that drug. If you don't have any of those drugs, guess what? Beer's legal. Guess what beer will bring you to? Hopefully I'm not talking you guys' ears off. You guys have 2. But you know what? The signs of the blood moon. Change. You guys better be ready, man. All I know, if you see people wearing white, you better put on white. And the truth isn't what you hear, but what you feel. That's how you know a false prophet from a real prophet. The truth is what you feel, not what you hear. Okay? Because usually the truth that you feel, you know, first of all, you heard it and then you felt it. The other truth is you just hear it. You're like, okay, that makes sense. But you didn't change. So many people out there telling the truth, but I wasn't moved. And if they're really good, they'll tell you the truth and you'll hear it and you will be moved. But what direction? That's when they get real evil. These talkers out here. Because if you hear it and then you're moved, and it's for, hey, let's hang him. Or, hey, let's just go out there and shoot those people. You know what I'm saying? For fun. You know, like I'm bored. You know, or hey, let's just drop a nuke. You know? You might be moved by it, and you heard it. You know, they're attacking us. You know, let's attack them. But it's not a good feeling, man. It's never a good feeling. Bad could be a good feeling, but it's not the ultimate feeling. The ultimate feeling is pureness and holiness, peace, love. And for you people out there that think that when I talk about love, I'm a bitch, or when I talk about love, I'm a sissy, or when I talk about love, you know, I've never been hardened. This is the real truth, man. Love is the scariest thing, the evilest things we'll ever run into. And you can't understand that because all the situations, most of you, the ones that don't understand that, all the situations that you've been in, okay? You were so scared that you ran or didn't do something or didn't justify, okay? That is not love. Okay, love, you know what love would do? Love would stand up for someone about to get shot. Love would tell the truth when no one is. Love will die for something that should be. That's scary, man. That's scary to meet somebody like that. That's what Satan fears, is love. And guess what? I love Satan. And I love Jesus Christ. There's a difference because Jesus Christ loved his enemies. I love evil because I understand that is really a test of God. Satan doesn't exist. I only said that for you to understand, to be brought to where I have been brought to in my own understanding. There is no problems, there are only solutions. There is no devil because God made the devil as a test for him to be able to understand us or for us to even be able to explain him. I think enough's been said. Everything, including nothing, on that one.